1300 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Foreign Minister says the government is taking steps to implement directions of the International Court of Justice in the Kulbhushan Yadav case. The Information Minister has said the federal government provided additional 500 megawatt electricity to Karachi, which resulted in less load shedding during extreme hot weather. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Hurriyat leaders and organizations have strongly condemned the martyrdom of 3 Kashmiris by the Indian troops in Sopore. In Afghanistan, at least 9 policemen have been killed in a firing incident at Lashkargah in Helmand province. And now the news in detail. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says India wants that Kulbhushan Yadav should not be given consular access. Talking to media persons in Multan today, he said the government is taking steps to implement the decisions of the International Court of Justice in Kulbhushan Yadav case, and the opposition should understand the tactics of India. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz government had complicated the Kulbhushan Yadav case. To a question, he said Pakistan has not decided to give any airbase to any country. To a question, the Foreign Minister said district coordination committees are being constituted in all the districts of the Punjab on the directions of the Prime Minister. The Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Fawad Chaudhry, says the federal government provided additional 500 megawatt electricity to Karachi, which resulted in less load shedding during extreme hot weather. Talking to media persons in Karachi today, he said Sindh government was transferred 1600 to 1800 billion rupees during the last 3 years, but basic infrastructure is in the worst form. The Information Minister said law and order situation is also bleak and street crimes are on the rise, which shows pathetic approach of the provincial government. He said big hospitals of Karachi have been handed over to the federal government on the direction of the Supreme Court. 56 more deaths due to coronavirus infection and 1,239 new positive cases were reported in the country during the last 24 hours. According to the National Command and Operations Centre, 36,368 tests were conducted yesterday and the positivity ratio remained 3.40%. The death toll due to the pandemic has now reached 21,689 and 877,191 people stand recovered from the infection. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Hurriyat leaders and organizations have strongly condemned the martyrdom of 3 Kashmiris by the Indian troops in Sopore. The incident triggered a forceful anti-India protest in the area. Hurriyat leader Javed Ahmed Mir strongly condemned the killing and expressed solidarity with the bereaved families. He was addressing the condolence meetings at Dangarpura, Panzinora in Baramulla district and Ranawadi in Srinagar. In Afghanistan, at least 9 policemen have been killed in a firing incident at Lashkargah in southern Helmand province. According to the local residents, a policeman opened fire on his fellow police personnel at the checkpost and fled from the spot. In Switzerland, a referendum is being held today to make the country second in the world to ban artificial pesticides. Under the Swiss system of direct democracy, the people will also cast vote regarding laws to combat terrorism, cut carbon emissions, and provide emergency COVID-19 funding to amend the constitution. Leaders of the world's largest economies group of 7 have agreed to launch a new global infrastructure plan, Build Back Better World, to help developing nations. The White House said the project would mobilize private sector capital in a transparent infrastructure partnership to meet the shortfall in the developing world that has been exacerbated by COVID-19 pandemic. The United Kingdom Prime Minister Boris Johnson is hosting the 3-day gathering of the United States, Britain, Canada, France, Germany, Japan and Italy at the seaside resort of Carbis Bay. In China, at least 11 people have been killed and 37 critically injured in a gas pipeline explosion in Xi'an city of Hubei province. In Nigeria, armed assailants have killed 53 people in Zamfara state. According to the police and local residents, many motorcycle-riding gunmen invaded the villages and opened indiscriminate fire on farmers working in their fields. And now cricket. In the Pakistan Super League 6th edition at Abu Dhabi, 2 matches will be played today. In the first match, Islamabad United will take on Lahore Qalandars. The second match will start at 1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. The first match will start at 1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. The second match will be played between Multan Sultans and Peshawar Zalmi at 2300 hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.